Everybody, this is Draymond for the NBA slate today. We have an 8-game slate. There's a ton of injuries today, so do keep that in mind. For the 76ers, McDaniels is out. For the Hornets, Ball and Williams are out. For the Warriors, Wiggins and Green are out, and Curry is questionable. For the Cavs, Allen is out. For the Timberwolves, Towns and Noel are out, and Gobert and Reed are questionable. For the Bulls, Caruso is questionable. For the Pelicans, Zion and Alvarado is out. For the Grizzlies, Morant, Adams, and Clark are out. For the Spurs, Bates Diop and McDermott are doubtful, and then Basley, Graham, and Langford are out. For the Celtics, Robert Williams is out, and Tatum is questionable. For the Trailblazers, Grant is questionable, and Winslow is out. And for the Mavs, Kyrie is questionable, Tim Hardaway Jr. is questionable, and Doncic is out. And then for the Lakers, LeBron and Bamba are out. So we have a lot of guys out today, and a couple questionable plays that would definitely give us some differential as we get that information. My team picks today are Philly over Charlotte, Cleveland over the Washington Wizards, Atlanta over Golden State, Chicago over Minnesota, the Pelicans over Houston, the Grizzlies over the Spurs, the Celtics over the Blazers, and then Dallas over the Lakers. So we've got a pretty interesting slate, though. Let's go ahead and get started with our top picks here. Joel Embiid being the first guy we're going to talk about. He has been really good lately. He hasn't had double-doubles all that much lately except for the last game, but he's got a great matchup here against Charlotte. He's going to have a easy game here where he's going to have an opportunity to score a lot of points, and I expect him to do well in this one and be a big player. As for Trae Young, he looks like he's in a great spot for Atlanta against Golden State, who's going to be shorthanded. He's been absolutely shooting the ball great lately. His price is still below $10,000, and when it's below that price, we definitely like him in good matchups, and this is definitely a good one with guys out for Golden State. Nikola Vucevic also looks really good today for Chicago against Minnesota. He's been dominating the last few games, and it looks like he's playing extremely well right now. I expect him to continue that, and he's got a nice plus matchup here against Minnesota, which gives him a lot of advantages. Then we'll look at Evan Mobley for Cleveland. He's in a really great spot here against Washington. With Allen out too, he should get more usage as well. And he's been shooting the ball more and getting rebounds and stuff. So I think he's got a really good opportunity here to have a good game. And his price has also dropped down because he had a couple games earlier, last week that weren't that great. But I look for him to be a great option. Desmond Bane for Memphis, his price has dropped down, which he is going to be the big man on campus for the Grizzlies right now with Morant out, so I expect him to play well in this game. He had a couple of tough games last week against Miami and the Lakers, which hurt his price, but that's also good for us because then we get him at a discount and a plus matchup against the Spurs. Then we're going to look at Darius Garland for Cleveland against Washington. He's got all sorts of upside here. He had a couple bad games, or the last game against Philly was pretty bad, and that's why his price has dropped here. But I definitely like him with the price drop and have a couple guys out for them. Then we're looking at Jaren Jackson Jr. for Memphis. He's been somewhat streaky lately, but his price is also reduced, and so he has some nice upside in this matchup due to the fact that his price is down. We're also going to take a look at Tyus Jones for Memphis, who's been playing really well with Morant out. He had two tough matchups against Dallas and a tough matchup against Miami, which helped drop his price down some. So I look for him to be in a great spot here and a plus matchup against the Spurs, who really won't be able to stop him. Then we're going to look at Tyrese Maxey for Philly. His price has also been reduced despite his role expanding. He had a couple bad games that hurt him fantasy-wise, but I think he's going to be good in this particular game, and he's got a great matchup here against Charlotte. Then we'll look at Kevin Looney for the Warriors. He is probable today, so do keep that in mind. But with Draymond Green out, he should get more minutes and get more run, and I think he's a pretty decent option. He's not a great option, but he is a decent option, somebody to consider. If Jonathan Kuminga ends up starting for the Warriors in place of Green, then he'd become a really good play. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But he's been playing pretty well when he's gotten opportunities, and so I expect him to continue that in this plus matchup. Then for Santi Aldama for the Grizzlies, he's really played pretty well since due to the injuries of the Grizzlies, so I look for him to continue to play well, though you do have to remember he plays around 20 to 25 minutes. And then finally, last but not least, Ricky Rubio. Now, he is a risky play today, but he's been playing really well, playing over 20 minutes a game the last 4 games. If he can continue that, he should have some upside here, though he is pretty risky, but it is a nice plus matchup for him. So with that said, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, and have a nice day, guys.